Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be putting a IMS big tank on my 2025 GasGas. Just for a comparison, this is the 2024, 2023, 2022, I think, and I don't know if it goes later, but
that's about
model
what it is.
For that, and it's a 2.25 versus a
2.25.
2.6, which is a ton bigger.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to help in wood races.
That whole left side is massive.
Yeah.
Because if you look at your stock gas tank right here, it stops way up there by the fuel petcock, right? So, man, that's going to be such a big tank on that bike, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
So let's look at this is your 2023. This is an IMS tank, the older body style, the 2.25 gallon. And this one came down pretty far too, so I'm curious to see what the difference is. And then this is a stock 2022 MC85 that we're gonna get ready to sell both of these bikes. These bikes are both going down the road. But so what we're doing today is we're putting that gas tank on here. So what's the first thing we're gonna do, Braxton?
First thing we're gonna do is remove the seat with this 8mm bolt. Just remove the seat bolt. Then you have to slam it forward almost.
Yep.
Pop straight up. Take it right out.
And then after that, it's going to be, there's a center in the middle there. That's holding the tank to the actual frame.
And there's two of them on the sides.
And we have a bunch of plastics. We're actually going to take the plastic off of, you can see down in there on each side, there's little shroud bolts, 8mm. We're going to take those out and take the actual plastics off. So there's little 6mm kind of here, and that's a 30 star bit there. T30, so that's going to come out. Then our fuel line, the petcock is different this year. It's like a twist petcock instead of a traditional quarter turn. And that goes way down here into the carb. So we're going to disconnect the fuel line. This tank does have gas in it because he does have 2.6 hours on this bike. So we'll take the shrouds off and then we'll come back to it. Okay, we thought we would show Braxton taking the right shroud off here. So getting that last T30 out. All the 6mm bolts are out, and we thought we would show it because just because you got the bolts out, we don't have to slide the shroud forward because there's a little hook in behind there. Yeah, it just takes time. So flip that thing around. Yep, so that little guy catches right on there. And so now let's go over and show you the hardware. So we unpackaged the hardware and we started to just kind of assemble it to show it. So there's the directions that come with it. New cap, new fuel line, and then these are our connectors. Now keep in mind, on the IMS tanks, everything is a nut cert. It's just like a brass insert in the tank. Got to be super careful with these, and we've even messed up right now actually. So we got grease that we're going to use on every single, show a bolt there, Braxton, every single bolt that we put back in. The stock tank uses a lot of these. Pick one of these up, Brax, right here. One of these, they just screw right into the tank, right? It's like self-tapping, we'll call it. And the reason is, let's go show your 2023. We were just down in Florida and I was taking the shroud off and look what happens, pull that out of there. Look at that, snapped off. So we're gonna have to self-tap that and get that out of there. So please use grease, even as much as we take them apart, still have to do it. So we've already got the one bolt on the side with grease in behind it. And the first thing we're going to do now is put the fuel petcock on this tank. You can kind of see there. We have to transfer it from his other tank. So we're going to go drain the fuel out of that, and we'll come back. So the last thing to get this gas tank off, it's loose. It's just kind of sitting on the bike here. But we got to disconnect the fuel line. You'll see it runs out of the gas tank between the motor mounts, and maybe make note of that. I'm not sure if the IMS tank, we're going to route it through there or not. It just depends on where it's coming from. And it comes right down to the carb here, and you can see the clamp on the bottom. So I'm going to use some needle nose, back up just a little bit. Or you go ahead, yeah, good idea. Some needle nose and a flathead screwdriver to help pop that out of there. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so we're going to take the fuel petcock out of the old tank. And we're not going to reuse these screws because these are those, I call them self-tappers, but they just screw directly into the plastic. So we're just going to unscrew them. Not sure I love these fuel petcocks. I like the old style better. I'm going to set it there for a second. I'm going to put these screws right back in. Not tight, just kind of keep them in place. And then we're going to back up over here And of course, these are now going to be an 8 mil. So this is what they provide to us. And we're going to, ooh, is that? Okay, I didn't know if it was too long, but it's not. It fits in there nicely. Okay. And there's an O-ring there, so let's put a little bit of grease around that. Maybe we'll just put it right on the tank side. So what we're going to do next is put the fuel line on. So this is the provided fuel line. The bigger clamp goes on the fuel petcock end, and the smaller clamp goes on the carburetor end of things. So first we got to see how long we need. So we're going to hold this down there and see what we need for distance. Okay, after a bunch of fighting, we finally got that on there, but look how much it stretched it. Zoom in there. So I'm probably not going to run this fuel line forever. You can see how small it is. You can see how much smaller it is compared to like the stock fuel hose. So I'm not sure. Probably going to get some bigger fuel line. But for tonight and for just kind of getting it trying on, we're gonna get this installed there. Now let's see how this goes on. Check that out, dude. So what do you think of that? This side isn't much different. It's gonna be hard to get to the spark plug for sure. So if you come in, really no spark plug, you can see the spark plug, but getting to it's a totally different story. And then go to the other side real quick with this thing. This thing is mega.
So like the handlebars.
Yeah, dang, it goes super tall, huh, buddy? And then look how far down it comes down here too. All right, we're gonna put our gas tank bolt back in. We're gonna go ahead and install the other bolt on this side to catch the shroud. So we're going to cut just a little bit off of this. I don't think it needs much, and I don't want to ruin our chances here. So that's going to go on, and then we're going to put our little fuel clamp on, and then now we're going to have to fight with this to get it on this end here. So we're going to try to get this on, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we've got right here, we got the fuel line coming down, and it's not all the way on. You can kind of tell there's a little bit of brass coming out of the carb still, but I'm not going to fight with that anymore. I'm surprised I got it that far. So as you guys know, we're going to change that fuel line later. Okay, so this is the provided heat tape that they put on here. It's like a shield, and I think it needs to go right where the motor is, obviously, because it's kind of laying right on it. So we're going to slide this in here, and then it is, you just peel the sticky off the back, and we can tape it right to itself. So we're going to slide that on there next. All right, that's installed. I'm not super happy with it. I wish it was tighter on it because we're gonna get a lot of mud coming in either end of that because it's still pretty wide open. I wish I had a tighter wrap on it, but we learned that next time when we take the tank off, we're gonna wrap that tighter and just put some we have heat tape here. We'll just wrap that a lot tighter so there's no hole there, but that's where it needs to go. It's gonna protect it from the motor. But what's crazy is, zoom out just a little bit, Brax, or like come up level here, that our fuel line is going uphill to go back downhill. So I don't know what the good, this is not a fuel pump, this is all gravity fed. So I'm not sure what good any of this is over here. So let's get the shrouds back on it. Okay, so on the stock tank here, they had these like self-tappers that were here that would also catch the seat. You can see it was like an extra way of holding the seat down. But obviously in this design, they're not in there. This is my least favorite part about IMS is they give you these super small Allen key bolts that always fail. I mean, they just do. I like 8mm bolts. You can get them in and out. So I'm really bummed. I think those are gonna either strip out like the other tank. So I don't love how small they are. And then last part's gonna be putting the seat on. And they give you, look how small this is. But heck said, your seat's gonna come off all the time. So I'm gonna have to find an 8mm bolt instead of this. But for tonight, I'm gonna cover it in grease, kind of pre-thread it in there, get some of that grease down in there. And so they don't have these catches here because you can't get such a good angle on it. You can barely get the back one on. And then you really gotta force this seat because I'm looking down that hole trying to line up that bolt there. Oh, it's not even long enough. Oh, maybe it'll barely catch. Oh, it's gonna catch right there or not. Either way, they don't give you a very long bolt. Okay, well, we got about 5.5 turns on that. So that's 100% going to get replaced with another bolt. So that's what we got so far. All right, dude, hop on this thing. Let's see it. First sit. Yeah, don't let it fall over. It's still wheel chalked in there. So the gas tank is definitely in the front. This side doesn't look big at all. It looks normal. But then you walk over to this side. This thing's a monster. So it's pretty cool. They made it bigger, but I'm not sure how helpful the bigger part of it is because the fuel line goes back up and over. So they probably could have made that a little bit smaller. It's a pretty good wall here in the front too. As far as cleaning the radiator out, that's a good question. Let's see. I think you can kind of get in there with an air jazzer, but there's really no easy way to get in behind and blow out from the back. And then over here on this side, it's not horrible. We can still get some airflow there. So I think overall for what you pay for it, I might be like a 7 out of 10. Yeah. What do you think?
I don't think that the bolts are very good that go in the plastics at all, like the Allen key bolts, but...
Yeah, I think the bolts kind of bummed with the bolts. I wish they gave you better bolts. They're just going to strip out.
Hose is way too small.
Hoses definitely don't love the fuel line they give us, so maybe just a couple little things, but...
Besides that, it looks good. Feels fine, I guess.
Well, guess what? That's what we got. And we're going to race with it. So, all right, guys, that was us installing an IMS gas tank on a new 2025 85.